Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. In this video, I will take a look at dynamic data in Avada. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to be notified of all new content. Okay, let's begin. A good place to start with this is to understand the difference between static and dynamic content. To put it simply, static content is the content you add manually to a page or post, which displays only on that page and doesn't change. Dynamic content, on the other hand, is dynamically generated, and what displays changes depending on the context. The simplest example would be the title dynamic data endpoint. If added to a blog post template, it would always display the title of the post that was viewed. In Avada, dynamic data refers specifically to the dynamic data options in most elements, as well as adding dynamic data through the dynamic data inline element, and using dynamic data syntax directly in element text options. There is a huge range of content that can be dynamically pulled into your content. Layout elements and the postcard element also pull in content from the database dynamically, but that is just viewed as dynamic content rather than dynamic data specifically. You can use dynamic data pretty much anywhere in your content. Dynamic content, however, is most likely to be found in templates, like layout sections and postcards. This is because of the nature of dynamic data. For example, the image element dynamically pulling the featured image will be different on each page it's on. Let's look at the specific ways of adding dynamic data into your site. The first way is by using the dynamic data options within design elements. Most elements have dynamic data options. These are denoted by the database icon you can see here. This method can be used pretty much anywhere, and generally when designing layout sections or postcards, etc., you use a mix of layout elements and design elements with mostly dynamic content. I've imported the online school pre-built here, and I'm on the events page. This is using a postcard to display the latest events. But let's edit that postcard to see where the data is coming from. If I go to the navigator, we can see that it starts with a layout element, which is itself dynamic, the postcard image element. But after that, we just have ordinary design elements, such as a title element, a text block element, a checklist element, and some button elements. In this case, all of these elements are set to dynamically pull data into the postcard layout. The title element, as we can see, is pulling the event title, while the text block is dynamically pulling the excerpt/archive description. The checklist items are set to pull the event date and the event venue name respectively, while the first button is pulling the event cost, and the second one is pulling a custom field, which in this case is the event duration. The final button here is just pulling the event permalink. So as you can see, pretty much this entire postcard is made up of design elements pulling dynamic data through the dynamic data element options. The other way to add dynamic data is through the inline editor, using the dynamic data element or just adding dynamic data syntax directly into text via the editor. See the how to use the dynamic data element video for a full rundown of how to use this, but let's look at a quick example. I have the blog page title bar layout section here, which is using the post meta element to display various things. But to demonstrate inline dynamic data, let's delete this and instead add a text block element from the library with some placeholder text. If I just select my first placeholder word, the inline editor appears, and I can go to the add element icon and choose an inline element. I'll select dynamic data. Here I can choose from any of the dynamic data endpoints. I'll just search for and choose author name. Alternatively, I can just place my cursor in the text and type the left curly bracket. This auto-completes and adds the dynamic data element again. This time I will search for and select post date. Now if we look at this text block in the editor, we can see the dynamic content element shortcodes. But you can also type directly in here with dynamic data syntax. So if I place my cursor in the correct spot here in the editor, I can just type the syntax for the post reading time dynamic data endpoint. This pulls the dynamic data without adding the element. So there are several ways of adding multiple dynamic data endpoints into your content in this manner. Very powerful stuff. So as you can see, dynamic data is versatile and very useful, mostly in templates like layout sections, but also directly on pages. There are many ways to use dynamic data, and this will of course depend on your site and your needs. But this should give you a good starting point of how it can be used. Okay, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos. And if you have any questions or need assistance, please create a support ticket and our team will gladly assist you. As always, we want to thank you for choosing Avada.